Well, welcome back, Kingston, to another Napoleonic video. Today, we have a scenario. That's right, a scenario not very common for NTW3, but the Lords did make these scenarios, pre-built armies for the actual historical recreation of a battle, and this one is Talavera. This is, of course, between the Rhinebund clan, playing as in the coalition's Rhinebund, and the RC, who are playing the French. So, today may be the day the French win. We will see. I hope you guys are ready for another amazing clash of clans, I guess you call it. You can see artillery already setting up. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, everyone can move immediately. Sometimes they have like time restraints on when you can move. Oh, the artillery hammering the UK already. But they have a nice position up on the hill. They have their own artillery. Look at that French force pushing. Now, let's look at the points. Of course, we can't see the French point or the UK Spain points, but we can't see the French. So you have a Victor 10-pointer. He's taking up this right flank and a little bit in the center here. You have Sebastiani, I believe, with a ton of cavalry. I'm not sure if he's just a cav corps. I don't think so. Yeah, he had the 7-pointer. He has troops in the center here. You have a reserve Joseph. And, okay, I know there's one more. Where's the other one? Alright, well. Oh, well. We're not going to worry about it, because we have the French and Spanish already taking a vicious fight for this LOC. France rushing up the second. Maybe try to go for this artillery. Can they get it before they fire canister directly into their face? Nassau going. Actually, Spain's going for a countercharge with the line infantry. Oh yeah, and they got cavalry pushing up. So Spain does not want to give this up. Heavies pushing forward. Artillery about a canister. The French right in their face. Yeah, this is going to get really messy real fast for the Sebastiani. With the heavy cav charging in, get these guys form square. They can, and I believe they do. Starting to get some point-blank shots directly into that Spanish heavy cav. The UK are pushing up here to reinforce this side. They do not want to lose it. And this looks to be where the main attack for Spain, or for France, sorry, is going for now. You see France is even shifting over more and more troops. Looks like they're even spanning way over here on the flank. Joseph is going to be taking up this side. So I believe it's a Victor, Sebastiani, Joseph. Is there two Victors? Maybe there's two Victors on the field. Yeah, I think there's two Victors on the field. That's why it's only 3 generals. Still, I thought maybe that Victor was going to be advancing up here on this right flank. But it does not look to be the case as of right now. They seem to be holding off, even shifting over some of their light infantry. Grenadiers. Oh, Grenadiers. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice looking. These guys all shifting over. It's very quiet on this right flank. Of course, though, the battle was raging a little bit over here, and you can see more and more French reinforcements now pushing up. They have several columns, looks like some Polish infantry, as well as some Grenadiers, all going up for this LOC. They do not want to lose it. Artillery, though, from the UK is holding their ground, trying to hold fast. Artillery, though, just absolutely brutalizing this line. But you can see the UK have a couple troops on one side of the river. These guys are going to try to hold here. The UK have a nice little angle, so France can't just push across the river very easily. Both sides exchanging volleys back and forth. More artillery looks to be making their way, excuse me, making their way up to the front lines here. Skirmishers now set up with the line infantry. And we have the Spanish taking another assault here on the right flank in an orchard. Like they have a lot of militia taking on French lines. There's just a lot of shuffling around. The thing with the scenario is everything is preset. So if you want to maneuver troops in different directions, you kind of have to do it yourself, which is exactly what they're doing. Shifting troops here and there, trying to find where the enemy may be actually weakest. And right here, the French are not looking too good against the Spanish. And then right here, they're not looking too good, especially with this artillery just blasting away at the French lines. Nowhere else seems to be really having any attack yet. Like I said, this artillery is really going to start doing a lot of damage. Look at the shots they have on the French. Being able to fire with impunity. Alright, so even more, it looks like some cavalry engaging over here. Dragoons and Lights of Spain, as well as some Spanish infantry trying to stop the advance of Joseph. He's going to throw up his voltigeurs. Ooh, there's a pretty looking unit.
Men are running, sir.
Okay, who's running? Oh, some Talavera's got caught by some UK cavalry. That was a nice little charge. Now they are pushing over artillery, and this is not a bad idea. So they're going to shift over this artillery, and they will actually have a nice shot on all this UK line that is just sitting right here. Obviously, you can see a lot of French infantry still engaging in that line fight. However, between the French and the UK are going to have some better shooting. So France is going to have to make some sort of change if they want to break through here. After all, this is Wellington, I believe. If that isn't, then Wellington is sitting over here on this hill. Yeah, there he is. Old nosy. Wellington himself. Talavera. Yeah, so you see the UK, though, they are shifting over reserves. I think they're beginning to think that this French attack is going to get a little more serious here. However, they still hold the opposite side. They hold this side of the river, which is very good for them. They are not there to hold this LOC. It's going to be very tough. If the French try attacking at any point, they could easily get outflanked because the coalition has a foothold on a flank of theirs. We do appear to have some cavalry charging in. Chasseur Cheval going for the Spanish. Oh, they're getting just hit hard by volleys. That looks quite brutal. However, they do break these Spanish lines. The UK now throwing up their heavy cav to defend the artillery. Ooh, that actually was damaging as it killed some of the cavalry of the UK as well. However, France still got a nice charge, broke a French, or Spanish, I should say, Spanish line, and yeah, they can actually force back the Spanish attack, which looked to be maybe trying to push up in this direction. More of the Victor's infantry, the chunkier units pushing up here. Like I said, we have all this artillery now set up. They're going to have a nice angle of attack on this UK line. It does look like this line for Victor is just going to be defensive at this moment. However, you can see, yep, this whole right wing has shifted over. The entirety of the right flank. This now will become the right flank. And we do have Sebastiani pushing forward once more. I feel like the Spanish may be the one to focus down for them. Oh, look at this. Yes, see, they're just chunky units. They do start firing really fast, though. That's one thing. It's like almost immediate firing. Anytime, France. Anytime. Oh, these are grenadiers in the front lines. But you see Joseph is pushing forward. He's, ooh, artillery. Oh my goodness, what is Spain doing? Whoa. I am very confused as to what is happening here. But Joseph is pushing for the flank. Cavalry going up to support this line. France actually readjusting their lines as well. They're actually going to throw in some cavalry into the Spanish line, or the French line. I can't get my fashion straight apparently today. But they are throwing themselves forward to stop any French push. So anytime France seems to make a push, the coalition is there to kind of reinforce it, or to stop it from being able to follow up with any decisive counterattack. However, this attack does seem to be slowly but surely advancing in the right direction for France. As Spain does have the militia swarm sitting in a defensive line, cavalry support on their left and right flank. The UK even, probably because of this artillery here, this artillery right here and here, they're probably not going to want to hold this side. And you can see that France actually opened up this whole area, this whole avenue, right here through right here, so they can just shoot and hit the UK, which is why the UK are actually shifting over all their troops over to this far right side, as that obviously seems to be more of a serious attack anyway. We have some Polish in the front lines now. I'm kind of rooting for the French just because, you know, we haven't seen a French victory in a while, and they really could use a French victory. And I feel like for this one, the coalition's one job is just to be defensive. Like, I mean, historically, that's what they were. The French attacked, the French attacked, the coalition defended, and that's kind of how the scenario is kind of set up, is so that the French kind of have to attack in order to win anything, and the coalition have all the nice objectives, you know? However, we may have a nice dragoon charge going against the Spanish line. We'll find out pretty soon if they can form square or not. Oh, we have coordinated infantry and cavalry charging in here. Ooh, I hope they don't charge their own infantry. Oh, that seems like a clean charge. Yeah, Spain's in a bit of trouble here. However, they do have infantry and cavalry support as well. But, like, once again, guys, see, the Spanish got charged, they lost infantry, and then they immediately throw up their cavalry and stop the bleeding almost immediately. It's so well defended. People asking, like, how do you deal with infantry and cavalry attacking your army? How to prevent it from happening? Having cav being defensive, artillery being in a defensive position, and infantry to support your lines. That's the best way to do it. Now, this cav did break, but this dragoon isn't going to be able to really push forward that easily. Look at this ring of fire the Spanish have. Even over here, Spain took that Chasseur Cheval charge beautifully. So the UK are getting a little more offensive here. Oh, never mind, they're just being defensive because France is once again charging in. Alright, so we got some general melee. Now, this is interesting. Victor is actually pushing up on this hill. Maybe they're waiting for the UK to shift off their position, and then they're going to attack this hill that has so much artillery on it. Not the, oh.
Now they must break.
Albuquerque. How did Albuquerque die? Oh my goodness, Albuquerque is dead. General Albuquerque. You see, the UK has sent forward some light dragoons to stop this grenadier charge. These grenadiers trying to make the best of being caught way in front of their lines. They are wreaking a lot of havoc on the enemy, letting the French infantry push up even closer. Spain still holding this line as best as they can, even getting a bit of a flank. However, it seems like they are running low on forces, like they are running low on manpower. Cavalry still cycling back and forth for the UK and the French. Now, the UK do have infantry here. You can see they have quite a bit. So they were wise. They did not shift off all of their units. Now, I don't see much of a reserve line, but they have that artillery that is going to be so helpful in this fight. And and they're going to need it. They're shifting, of course, more infantry back to stop the French. However, France is now going to advance over here. You can see, oh my goodness, look at the angle of attack. Look at this. All these units going straight at the UK flank. Cavalry from France and UK fighting it out still. Another cav charge. Looks like some skirmishers did break that heavy horse for the UK. Is still in the fight though. The Spanish looking to be a little bit worse for wear here in the center. As they are fighting with what they've been given, which is a lot of militia. But doing a very good job, I would say. Doing a very good job. It's a slow retreat, maybe. They have a nice artillery position, which they are holding. They have more infantry in reserve, more UK infantry potentially in reserve. However, this fight is now swinging into full tilt. And actually, the UK doing a good job of actually pushing back the French. Now, France is not winning this. Or, sorry, the French are not winning this. I'd like to have one battle where, you know, I don't mix up my factions. Just one battle where my brain doesn't go all backwards. Looks like this artillery position has finally been broken. Maybe some grenadiers charging in to break it up. And the UK are calling a general retreat. Yep, they are definitely calling retreat. They're going to fall back across this river. Spain may be falling back as well. We will see. They actually are still holding. They're holding this right flank. It felt like anytime the French advanced, Spain had a unit on their flank, which was kind of crazy. I would have been so frustrated fighting against the Spanish. I'm like, oh my gosh, another flank? But we may actually have a cavalry engagement here. Dragoons, the 21st and the 20th, charging in, trying to catch these Spanish heavies out of formation, or charge them before they realize they get charged. There's a square formed. Nice little counter charge by this Spanish light cav. Like I said, infantry support for the Spanish may make this actually quite an easy fight for them. Oh my goodness, more cavalry once more engaging. Oh no, this French dragoon is getting shot in the flank. They're gonna have to get themselves out of there. This is like France is gonna go in for this LOC. They did fall back just a little bit here against the UK. This is gonna be a bit of a nasty fight for them. Artillery support and infantry holding the hill, that's going to be a tough one. And that's going to turn up to be, where are the French going to attack? They have a lot of massed up infantry right here. It is seen too, it's not hidden, so the coalition can see it coming. Oh yeah, so we had some cavalry trying to once again, see, they put in Royal Fusiliers for the UK in this house, and these guys are probably going to do a lot of damage to the French. I can imagine they're shooting every which way. They're going to do a lot of hurt. Oh, another French dragoon charge, and the Spanish do form a square. We do have some grenadiers from France who are going to charge up. However, they are probably going to run smack dab in the middle of a cavalry unit. And we have a coordinated infantry and cav charge. This grenadier unit is not going to do very well. And Spain still holding strong. Where will the coalition, if at all, break? I would still say this maybe is a weak point for the coalition. Maybe. Just because there's not a lot of reserves here. However, if they push in, they are exposing themselves to a flanking fire from either side of the UK or Spanish lines. This house still has not been taken. Spain may be the one that will break first just because they are fighting Sebastiani and Joseph. I'm assuming this is one Spanish army. Maybe it's two. Maybe it's partial, like 1.5 Spanish armies. But they seem to be getting really focused down right now. However, they do have a lot of cavalry, and you can hear the constant roars of musket fire. Oh, we have more and more cavalry charging in here. Light Dragoons, still the Fusiliers. The UK still holding their infantry strong in this LOC. The cavalry is just stopping any lines from really pushing into this house. That has to be frustrating. Alright, victory is starting to get just absolutely torn apart by the UK. They better fall back or do something. They need to do something. Because they are losing. The French are losing this line fight against the UK. And I don't see anywhere where actually the French seem to be decisively winning. I really don't see it. It's like, this sounds like a lull in the fighting. It's not so much volume happening, but I think everyone was just taking a break and reloading. Man, the fact of the matter is, the French have had a very tough time taking this LOC from the UK. This has been a extremely bloody fight just for this one broken house. Victor is really getting chewed up here. I'm assuming this is Wellington. Oh yeah, there's Wellington himself, watching his men fight. Very proud, I'm sure, of his men holding the line. That artillery is just killer. You can hear it thundering this whole time. And, see, France still has a lot of reserves, guys. They have a lot of infantry just waiting their turn. I don't know, guys. What is it? It's only halfway mark. Put in the comments, who do you think, as of right now, as of 36-23, who is going to win this fight? What do you think? Your thoughts. I'd love to hear, what you were thinking halfway through the battle. This is what I'm thinking right now. Well, actually, I know who wins, so I can't say anything. I do know who wins. Or do I? Do I know? I'm trying to remember, actually, now. I've been sent a bunch of replays recently, and I actually can't remember who wins. I was legitimately sent, like, 4 replays, which I'm also very excited to get through those 4 replays. But who would, oh, man, I can't remember who wins now. I feel like the coalition's gonna win. I just feel like it. They're chewing up the French. The French are dying here. Their artillery. Look at this grand battery, though. But we'll see. The Imperials could win this. For all of you who really want to see an Imperial victory, stick around, because maybe this will be it. Oh, we have some infantry going in for the bayonet. Grenadiers charging the UK line. So we have our first melee. This could be the game changer for the French if they can start meleeing the UK line, breaking the flank, pushing up. You see, looks like some infantry now pushing up on this flank as well. The French have that flanking force, maybe. The UK did break, so maybe this could start being that mass rout that France was hoping for. Over here, we see a massive cavalry. So it looks like the UK may have shifted over away from this part to go and maybe break the French. However, France does form a square, so this may be disastrous for the UK. Over here, France is in melee with the UK and doing quite a good job. Cavalry, though, is supporting this line, but France has closed in all along the board. The UK need to pull back, in my opinion. They need to pull back this line, pull it back to here, let their artillery do some work, pull back this line, get away from that melee. Unfortunately, it looks like the UK actually, they went for a melee fight here, but things are not looking good for them. They ran into a bunch of squares, and a lot of French cavalry was waiting for them, and this is turning out to be a bit of a disaster for this attack. Over here, oh man, this is turning into a defeat. Can Wellington hold this off? Square gets formed. Oh, Wellington, hold it together. Oh, France broke through on this right flank. The UK have 3 lines left. They are hugely overwhelmed right now. They don't have enough men to hold. Over here, the UK are now falling back, having lost some of their... Actually, no, they didn't lose either cav. That's actually well done. Over on this side, I missed it. Of course I did. Can't get everything at once. Looks like the French did charge in against the Spanish lines using their fusiliers of the guard as well as cavalry. And Spain had a huge mass rout. I can't believe I missed that. I'm assuming it all happened all at once, but this is shifting in favor of the French. Right after I said I thought maybe the coalition was going to win this. Yeah, it does look like the French have the numbers now, and they can overwhelm this UK resistance. Wow. What a twist. This charge here, the French going in with the 2 grenadiers, and then being able to take this charge the UK sent in. I saw the UK went in against a square there, and they went against a square here, and then there was an open space, and the French just poured in their dragoons here and hit the French, or the UK and Spanish cav, and drove them back. Obviously, the coalition pulled back the cav so they didn't lose it. But at this point, it's looking to be an Imperial victory. And no one's more surprised than me at first. Now, maybe the coalition can take this back. I mean, obviously, probably not. Probably not, but the Spanish are still holding their side. However, I think they took a little bit of a loss in the town. However, they seem to have regained a little bit of that defense, a little bit of momentum. But it may just be a matter of time before the French come rolling over, unless Wellington manages to set up a desperate defense using this artillery position, which he is. Man. And the UK are not out of the field yet. Spanish are still holding. Who would have thought? It would be the Spanish. The Spanish would be the ones who are trying to hold. That's an irony for you, because the real battle, the Spanish are always the first ones to run. Just like Joseph is pushing up here, he does want to maybe make some moves. He does have cavalry charging in. Where are they going? Going for the flank of Spain. Oh wow, there's a whole UK contingent of forces here. It's like 4 units. And Wellington is making a desperate defense here. he still has quite a deadly punch he can throw at them. It just depends on if the cavalry can get an enforcement to square. However, like I said, there's cavalry here to help counter the hussars. But you can see they immediately recognize, oh, they have actually a lot of troops left. This is not over for Wellington yet. This is not over by any means. They have 5 units on this side. They have 1 regiment over here with the artillery guys, plus some Spanish cav. They are outnumbered. Maybe outgunned a little bit, but it is not over for them, and they are going to keep fighting. It does look, however, like Spain is finally breaking under the wear of the French. Spain has a nice defensive position using the hills or using the walls, even using buildings to force the French to have to push into them instead of pushing around the flank. Artillery is still a very big factor on this flank, as they can keep focusing down more and more of the cavalry for France. However, this flank is looking a little bit worse than it was before. They may have to readjust that flank and let the UK try to pick up more Spanish troops, trying to stop Victor from pushing all the way around their position. Very nice, though. I like this battle. I love playing battles, you know? Just as a general rule, they're just going to be a lot more competent, well-coordinated, and just have some excellent tactics that make the battles just so amazing to see. Oh my goodness, Dragoons just mass routing Spain's center line. Lances get a charge against the UK heavy horse. They may actually break it here. And the morale is looking a little bit wavery here. Another cycle of cavalry going in. They need to break this heavy horse. Oh, another bayonet and cavalry. Man, I'm just missing out on this flank, I guess. Looks like Spain got charged once again. Cavalry and infantry going in. I can't tell. They did not push into this LOC yet because these guys are still holding. But they did have to fall back to another position. The general now in danger. The Spanish general. Now keep in mind, I'm just remembering, Albuquerque died. So one of the Spanish generals died way earlier. Considering that fact, the Spanish have held quite well. Looks like France is able to finally push the Spanish across the river here, but they also have a footing as well and artillery set up. Oh, that's just rough. Oh, another cav charge here. Spanish heavies getting caught by lancers. I think it's cool the Polish are on the field. Oh, they're gonna mass rout the Spanish here. And unfortunately, it does look like the coalition will not be able to reclaim victory. Victory is not within their grasp as much as it was before. France has so many units left of reserve. Wellington, however, I will say this. Wellington held and is still holding. There is still 24 minutes remaining. And they have to hold this LOC, I do believe. They would have to hold this. As well as hold over here. The center is gone, so they can still go back to Segurilla. But there's enough time for the French to make a move and take those LOCs and still win by LOC victory as well. Especially it seems like they're actually charging into the flank and starting to cut off any of the coalition. The UK may have to turn around and face the French.
Our men are running, sir.
So we have some more Spanish over here on the flank. Maybe they're going to consolidate around some LOCs. Looks like the rest of this line, it's just turning into a mass rout. Friends routing, it's going to start breaking the entirety of the French army. However, Wellington may actually hold this hill. Surprisingly, he may actually hold this hill unless more of Victor pushes up troops. Then maybe with one last hurrah, they may be able to break them. They've almost totally smashed through the coalition's lines. There's one or two scattered units left. These Spanish troops holding here, they're about to see a bunch of friends running through their lines. That's not going to make it easier for them. Still, very cool. I don't see scenarios very much, and see a scenario that was that hard fought. That's pretty exciting. I don't know. I was pretty excited to watch this video, or to watch this replay, I guess. You'll be watching the video. I'm watching the replay. Just to clarify, yes. My brain must be operating on not very much sleep. Man.
Our men are running, sir.
Wellington still holding. And they were doing such a good job at first of breaking Victor. Like, it was such an excellent defense they had going. They were shredding up the enemy. More cavalry charging in here. Well, that looks like more of a mass route here. This seems to be the one last stand that's all juicy and good. And it does appear that the both sides seem to be falling back just a little bit. Maybe the artillery is going to do something on either side here. Or they're going to wait for reinforcements. Like I said, Victor pushing up here, that could be enough. That's probably enough. They have, you know, almost 10 lines. I think it's 9 at least. Yeah, it's 9 lines of infantry, of extra infantry, plus, you know, the ones that are already here. They have triple the numbers the UK have. However, the Spanish cavalry is still defending this, so it's not like the coalition don't have cavalry anymore. The artillery is just going to start pummeling this UK line. Oh, Spain went for a full-on commitment.
Our men are running, sir.
And both sides mutually broke, so no cav for any of them. And Wellington may go down in a blaze of glory. Chasseur Cheval being told to go deal with the guns, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
Oh, are they juking out the artillery? Oh, they did. They're wavering already, though. Still, pulling that artillery, diverting them, while then Victor starts pushing up there. Last stands, you know, the last stands are what sometimes make a battle just that much more personal. So you can almost feel the determination of someone who knows they're gonna lose, but yet they still make their defense. It's like it's a stubborn thing at that point, you know, like I'm not giving you an easy victory. Oh my gosh! This artillery is gonna mass. Like these guys aren't even have to fight. The artillery's gonna kill this coalition line. Alright, well, here we go. Yeah, look at that. The artillery is just brutalizing this line. Alright, alright. I thought maybe there would be some sort of, like, last stand, but that is not a last stand. That is a murder by artillery. That is... Yeah, that's not even worth
We have
watching.
killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Oh, no. Did Wellington die? Oh, no, that's a Spanish general. Wellington is still alive. Wellington is alive. Where is he, though? Where is he stand? Is he making a last stand here? Yep. Here he is. There he is. He's going to make his stand in the LOC. He's staring at the wall. Contemplating
Our
life.
men are running, sir.
It's like, what has become of us? Talavera is a disaster. It's the best English accent I have. No, bravo. It's a... No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm definitely going to get, like, you know... Something's going to happen in that video if I overtly try to make a terrible accent.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Yeah. Is this a Spanish general, too? Wow, all the generals convened at the HQ here. Now, usually, the French actually will push up on this right flank, and there's a big old fight, and there's a coordinated two-pronged attack, and that usually ends up being death for the Imperials, because they just die on this hill to concentrated Wellington with Spain, with artillery on the hill. This time, they didn't do that. You notice they actually shifted everything to the center, pushed here, and then, finally, once forces were diverted, they attacked on this hill, but they attacked here and actually more attacked right here and swung through the center. They ignored the hill till the very end, and that may have actually been a huge bonus for them. It may have helped them a ton in the fight. Man, look at this. Somehow they are winning this fight. Oh yeah, the artillery is going to try to focus this down. Oh, did Wellington die? Oh no, Wellington's running. Will he make it out, or will he die? What are the odds that he actually makes it out of this? Oh my gosh, he's making a break for it. Oh, the bullets are flying. Good grief. Okay, I think Wellington actually is going to make it away. And that will be the battle. Yeah, so we pulled the results here. An Imperial victory. For those of you who've been longing for this for so long, you got it, alright? You got the Imperial victory you wanted. Looking at this, I believe, I don't know which French player this is. Victor, one of the Victors, I believe. I don't know, there must have been 2 Victors. You can see, man, they had some nice kills with the Hussars. Their light infantry, grenadiers, did very well, but let's pull up the actual results here. So as you can see, we have on the coalition side Philippe with 1343 for the kills, Nate Devourer with 1478, Andre with 794, and Uzo with 484. On the other side, you have Griffin with 1968. You have Leb with 1819, Bring Back Militia with 978, and Melkor with 1581. So, man, some good kills on each side. Just some better kills on the Imperial side, and an Imperial victory. So they did take Talavera, not historical, but, you know, yeah. That'll be the battle, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this Imperial victory, which has been a long time coming. I definitely enjoyed this battle. It was a very close one. Nice plays on both sides, and just a juicy battle. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and as always, I will catch you all in another video.